Genevieve! Lisa yelled to her friend the following day. After a sleepless night, she knew she had to tell somebody about what had happened. What is it? Genevieve snapped as she took books from her locker and placed them in her backpack. Have you heard from Sean? Lisa asked, ignoring Genevieve's vicious tone of voice. It's so horrible, Genevieve suddenly wailed. What happened? Lisa asked, swallowing hard. The police search turned up nothing but, Genevieve choked back a sob, a torn, bloody collar from his jacket. I think I know what happened to Sean, Lisa said slowly. Genevieve's eyes went wide. Oh, Lisa, tell me. He's been bitten by a vampire, Lisa whispered after moving closer to Genevieve. Genevieve stepped back and looked at Lisa as if she was crazy. A vampire? She asked slowly. Yes, Lisa nodded solemnly. Suddenly, Genevieve reached out and slapped Lisa. Ouch! Lisa cried, placing her hand gently on her face. Why would you do that? I can't believe you! Genevieve yelled. Several students stopped walking down the hall and turned to stare at Genevieve and Lisa. Noticing the attention she was causing, Genevieve stepped closer to Lisa and hissed. Sean could be dead, and you're telling jokes? It's not a joke! I'm telling the truth! Genevieve shot Lisa a look of complete disgust. Do me a favor, Lisa. Stay away from me. With that said, Genevieve fled down the hall and to class. So what if Genevieve doesn't believe me? Lisa seethed. I know my parents will. That's nice, Lisa's mother said, after being informed that a vampire was attacking people in Fall Valley. Nice? Lisa cried in confusion. It's not nice. It's deadly. Deadly, did you say? Lisa's mother questioned, while flipping through the mail. Yes! Are you feeling okay? Yes, Lisa repeated, this time in a much calmer tone. She knew her mother didn't believe her. Maybe you should stop reading those paranormal romance novels, her mother advised. Angrily, Lisa grabbed her jacket and ran out the door. She needed some fresh air and a quiet place to think. Lisa contemplated calling Jeff and telling him about her startling discovery. Even though they'd only known each other for less than a week, they had spent numerous hours on the phone. Lisa felt like she knew Jeff well, and had even developed a serious crush on him. However, she knew the chances of Jeff believing her story were slim to none. Lisa looked up as the moon rose high in the sky. She shivered upon realizing her thoughts about Jeff had led her far from home. Lisa had just turned around when she saw a familiar figure lurking in the dark. She quickly realized, however, that this person was shorter than the one she'd seen last night. Lisa sank into the protection of her own darkness as she watched the mysterious figure walk down the dark side of the street. Oh no, Lisa moaned as the figure crept towards a house and peeked inside. She was relieved to see him quickly abandon the house and begin hurrying down the street. Lisa struggled to follow the figure, who was walking at an unusually fast pace. She soon found herself running until the figure stopped in front of the abandoned animal shelter. What in the world? Lisa thought in bewilderment. She had adopted 3 cats from the animal shelter, and had even volunteered there. However, that was a long time ago. The shelter had been abandoned for 3 years now. Suddenly, the figure flew high in the air and entered through a window. Lisa stared at the scene in shock. They must be vampires, Lisa concluded. I have to find a way into that building and destroy them. Lisa explored the exterior of the animal shelter, looking for anything that could help her gain access. Luck was definitely on her side as she spotted an old ladder lying against a dumpster. I can't believe I'm doing this, Lisa thought as she hoisted the ladder against the wall and began to climb. They'll suck my blood dry. When Lisa reached the top of the ladder, she peered in and almost screamed. There, right before her eyes, were dozens of vampires. All the vampires were tall and wore a cape. Since the candles inside the building and the moon outside were the only sources of light, Lisa couldn't see the finer details of the vampires. Although the vampires were a frightening sight, the humans locked in animal cages were even more terrifying. Quickly, Lisa climbed down the ladder and put it against the dumpster. Then she ran home as fast as she could, all the while thinking about the human prisoners. She let out a sob as she remembered seeing Genevieve's friend Sean, locked in one of those awful cages. No matter what, I'll kill those vampires tomorrow night, Lisa promised as courage and willpower overcame her. Your total is $11.74, the cashier at Lisa's local grocery store said, while giving her a curious look. It was a Saturday, the day after Lisa had seen the swarm of vampires. She'd gotten up early to buy all the garlic she could find. As Lisa carried the bags of garlic home, she received even more curious stares. Luckily, she had the house to herself, since her parents were visiting friends this weekend. As soon as Lisa entered the kitchen, she began peeling the garlic and then blending it until it became a liquid. Once she had a cupful of garlic, she poured it into a spray bottle. She repeated this process until she had 4 bottles filled with garlic juice. Next, Lisa gathered sticks from her father's workshop in the garage and sawed them into pointy spears. Now that Lisa had all the vampire-killing necessities, the only thing left to do was put her plan into action.